I'd like to start, Minister, by taking this opportunity to praise Wexford General Hospital and all those involved in dealing with its recent fire and a very successful evacuation. Everybody from the fire service to the volunteers, the staff, the management, everybody. There were 2 firemen who worked on the blaze for 20 minutes, just 2 firemen, and they did a stellar job. Organisations have fire plans and procedures in place, but so often we don't expect them to be needed. The response was swift and everyone involved put their shoulder to the wheel to evacuate the hospital and ensure that the people who were inside it were led to safety. I am sure all of the patients and their families will be very appreciative of the work that went on to ensure that there were no casualties as a result. Those involved included the nurses, doctors and other staff of the hospital, all of the emergency services, in particular fire brigade, who did remarkably well considering a lot of their manpower were attending a car accident in another part of the county when the fire broke out at the hospital. Those who helped to assist the firefighters deserve a special mention. Their actions most likely had helped prevent the fire spreading further. And while the focus might be on the fire-damaged building, I believe it is also an appropriate opportunity for government to review fire services and identify ways in which they can be better supported and brought into the modern-day realm. Obviously, there were inquiries and investigations into how this fire occurred, and I hope those involved are successful in establishing the cause with a view to ensuring that a similar incident never happens again. One of the consequences of this fire is the extra pressure that it has brought to bear on the University Hospital Waterford. And our emergency departments are under pressure at the best of times, so the additional pressure of having one hospital temporarily out of action will be felt by all those working on the front line. And we must recognise the way in which staff of other hospitals contributed to the emergency response in accommodating people who had to be evacuated from Wexford. We must ensure action is swift so as that Wexford General Hospital is back operating bigger and better than before. And only a few days before the blaze at the hospital, during a sitting of the Public Accounts Committee, I received confirmation from the Department of Health officials that they had not yet received a proposal for the 97-bed ward block for Wexford General Hospital. I was told that the proposal was still being reviewed by the hospital group as part of the HSE. This is the type of process that can be drawn out and where cans get kicked down indefinitely down a long road. And in light of recent events and the current circumstances, there will be need to repair and rebuild this hospital in Wexford. It would be worth investigating if there is now an opportunity, Minister, and it's actually not just worth investigating, it joins the dots in maximising the use of taxpayers' money, beneficial to the taxpayer, would be to add the 97-bed unit whilst the restorative works are going on. And that is the ask of the management of Wexford Hospital, that is the ask of the people of Wexford, and that is the ask of the CHO5 area, because whilst Wexford is out of commission, it's gone from 235 beds down to 123. And all of the staff are prepared to pull their weight and be drafted to other hospitals, but that is not ideal, and it means that their work environment is not as familiar as it should be. And what Wexford needs badly is its emergency department back up and functioning fully. And it appears from Dr. Youssef, who is the Assistant Director, that we are at least 6 months away from that. But it's time in which that 6 months can be spent using the planning now for the 97-bed unit. It makes sense. And it makes sense that it was going ahead according to your Deputy Minister James Brown. It is in the off. The hospital we met last week, and they now say that they are ready with the planning proposal to go tomorrow if it's so needed. So I'm asking government on behalf of the people of Wexford today that staffing levels would be met, certainly, but also that the bed levels need to be secured in an emergency department and the rest of the hospital. The significance of the 97-bed unit is that we would incur 47 extra beds if that unit were in situ. And that is very significant. It's a hospital that came under huge pressure during COVID. and huge pressure last winter. And I think the staff have done very, very well to maintain the level of care that they have. The pressure, staffing-wise in Wexford, is quite well catered for by management. Our manager in Wexford General Hospital, Linda O'Leary, is a former HR manager. And we don't seem to have, in Wexford, and I mean only in Wexford, because there are staffing levels in every other healthcare setting, from primary care to CDNT to CAMS, but the hospital itself is well managed. So, Minister, I'm going to finish. I'm not going to take any more time, but I do want to say that it is the most important thing happening in Wexford today is the restoration of the emergency department. And I'm asking that you would arrange, as the Whip, a meeting with Minister Stephen Donnelly to cater for the public representatives of Wexford, so that we might discuss bringing forward the 97-bed unit. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Murphy.